Hello, welcome. I hope you're doing well. This is Birch and Lily, my channel all about knitting and cross stitch. Today is October 12th, 2020, and I'm coming to you with a knitting episode. I have a couple things to show you, new project, something I haven't worked on in forever, so I hope you will enjoy. Before we jump on in, I do need to tell you though where you can find me on the internet. There are two places. The first is on Instagram at birch.and.lily, and the second is on Ravelry at Birch and Lily. I should note though, I don't check my Ravelry very often. If you do want to get a hold of me, if you have any questions, the best place is to leave them down below in the comments here on YouTube. You can also contact me by email or on Instagram. Instagram DMs, email, comments here, those are the best places to contact me. I don't check my Ravelry super often. Just wanted to note that because I did find a couple messages in my Ravelry inbox that I need to respond to that I'm really, really sorry. I didn't see them until now, but I don't check my Ravelry, so I will get to those tonight. Anyways, moving on. Let's jump into a finished object. I have a finished object to show you guys. It is my Wheatfield socks. This is a pattern of my own design, and it is actually releasing this coming Saturday, October 17th. So let me give you a peek at that. So I forgot my pretty blockers downstairs, whoops. But I do have another pair up here that I can use, so we'll just show them on this pair. These are the Wheatfield socks. Like I said, this pattern is releasing this Saturday, the 17th. I have knit these up out of Autumn and Indigo yarn on their classic sock base, which is a 75-25. This colorway is Rosewood. Autumn and Indigo is really good at keeping all of their colorways in stock, so if you're interested in this yarn, I can almost guarantee that they have it. Anyways, let's talk some stats about these socks. I cast on 64 stitches for this pair of socks on 2.25mm needles. The pattern does come with 3 sizes, small, medium, large, so you should definitely be able to find something that would fit your feet. We have a 2x2 rib here, and then this beautiful pattern on the leg and foot of the sock. I named it the Wheatfield socks because it reminds me of wheat. Easy, I'm bad at naming things. Anyways, yeah, wheat pattern up and down the legs. This is a eye of partridge heel flap and gusset, and then just a typical wedge toe. So yeah, very easy pattern. If you're new to cabling, I think this would be a great way to start. They're all very simple cables in this pattern and very easy to figure out. Also, if you're interested in learning how to cable without a cable needle, great pattern to try it with as well. Once I learned how to cable without a cable needle, knitting just became even more fun. I don't know, not having to pick up that cable needle all the time and put stitches on it and all that, just being able to manipulate everything with my hands made my life so much easier. So yeah, these ended up pretty quickly. My testers are working away on them. If you want to see these knit up in some different colorways, some different yarn, definitely check out my stories on Instagram. I did also just post one of my testers' socks on my feed as well. So lots of things for you to check out and see some more options of these Wheatfield socks. And be sure to check out my Instagram on Saturday to find a coupon code for the pattern. There will be a introductory discount for this pattern, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say about these socks. This is my only finished object for this episode, so let's jump into some works in progress. I should note, those are not blocked yet. I was going to block them, but it didn't happen, but I need to get my butt in gear and do that because I still have to take pictures for the pattern. So I should probably do that after this episode is filmed. The ends are woven, which is pretty dang good for me because I'm terrible at weaving in ends. I just gotta block them. So I will try and remember to do that. So the next thing that I have to show you, I swear I haven't shown you in forever. I think I cast this on last winter. Anyways, this is the Mellon Headband. This is a pattern by Sari Nordlund, and I am knitting it up out of some Homespun house yarn. This colorway is Elberberry. I believe it was a club yarn. Let me check this thing. What is this called? Ball tag? That doesn't sound right. Anyways, so this is Plump Merino Fingering. Yep, November 2018 color Elderberry. It is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. So yeah, I am knitting out the Mellon headband out of this. It is a headband with like a little twist in the front. I'll have posted a picture. You'll have seen. Anyways, I'm knitting this up on 2.75 millimeter needles. That is a US 2, and I'm knitting the size small. I think the pattern has two sizes, a small and a large. I believe the only thing that it changes is the width of the headband itself. Probably the length of it around a little bit too, but the biggest noticeable change is the width of it. Anyways, this progress keeper is where I was the last time I touched this, probably last year. This progress keeper is from Sucre Miniatures. It's just a little cake. Yeah, so size small, and you basically just knit this. It's a tube, and you knit it all the way until it's the size you need, twist it, and attach the two ends together. So pretty dang easy. I'm basically just knitting a sock leg right now. All it is. But the pattern is beautiful. It's super intricate, and I think that's why I set it down before, because for the life of me I couldn't memorize the cables in it. But I did figure out a way to memorize the cables now, and now it's fine because I don't have to check how to do the cable every single time, if that makes sense. But yeah, so there's this beautiful cable, lots of wrap stitches. The cable kind of switches back and forth with the wrap stitches. The pattern is very long. You definitely have to keep it in front of you the whole time you're working on it, but it's so pretty. And I've kind of just liked having something like this where, like, I have to pay attention, but for some reason it's still mindless. I guess because it's not really big. So I've definitely been putting a lot of work into this, as you can see, because that's a lot above that progress keeper. So I'm really enjoying this. And I should keep working on it so I can get it done for when I'm gonna need it, probably in the next month or two when it gets cold. I'll wear it on my walks with my dog, is my thought. I have a hat, like a toque, that I knit myself as well, that I like to wear, but sometimes it's a little too warm. So this would be a nice in-between option. I don't know, I'm not a hat knitter, I'm not a headband knitter. I like socks, sweaters. I haven't even liked shawls lately, which I used to like, but I don't know. Smaller things seem to give me more joy. On the note of smaller things, I am working on another new design. This, I think, is going to be my release for Sockvent 2020. If you are new to my podcast, first of all, thank you so much for coming and watching me. That means a lot. But anyways, Sockvent 2020 is something that I have participated in the past 2 years, where throughout the whole month of December, from the 1st to the 25th, a whole bunch of us designers get together, and every single day of the 1st to the 25th, there is a sock pattern that one of us has designed that goes on sale for a very, very, very good discount. So for the past 2 years, I have decided that I myself would design a new pattern every year for Sockvent, and that is what I've done every year. Anyways, I'm getting a head start on said pattern so that it is ready in time for release for December. I don't know which day my pattern will be releasing, nothing like that just yet, but I want to be ready so I'm not stressed. So I have cast on what is going to be my Sockvent 2020 pattern. I don't want to show you the full thing just because I like it to be a surprise every year at Christmas, but I'll show you the one side and I'll show you the yarn. And I will say as well, if you are familiar with my Ingleside sock pattern, this is like a sister to it, kind of, if that makes sense. Anyways, this is the new sock pattern that I'm working on. It does not have a name yet, but I will show you a sneak peek. So I'm knitting this up actually out of another skein of Ottoman Indigo yarn. Talking too fast and stumbling over my words. Another skein of that. Same base, this is classic sock, a 75-25, and this colorway is Cayenne. So super pretty, kind of orangey, pinky, blushy sort of color. Anyways, that is what I'm using. And socks. So I will show you the back side of it. You would either love this or hate this because it is seed stitch. I have found a newfound love for seed stitch for some reason. I used to hate it, but I really don't mind it anymore. So the back of the sock is seed stitch. This is a 1x1 twisted rib. This sock is 64 stitches. I will make sure that this pattern has my typical small, medium, large. Possibly more sizes, we'll see. I'm contemplating extending the range of sizes because I know sometimes a person is like in between 64 and 56 maybe. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know, because I'm definitely willing to do it if it is requested. So yeah, these are my Sockvent 2020 socks. Definitely keep your eye out for those, and keep your eye out in December for all of the patterns that will be on sale. We all post them in our stories every day, so it's pretty hard to miss if you are active on Instagram. So yeah, that is my new design that I am working on. I don't think I showed any of the bags I'm using. That sock is not in a bag right now because I haven't picked one yet. The yarn was downstairs and I just started. My Mellon headband is in this bag. It was a collab between Woolberry Fiber Co and Lost and Font, Lindsay Fowler. So this bag unfortunately is not available anymore. The inside of it is so cute though. So that's what my Mellon headband is in. And my final project of this episode is in a Birch Grove bag. I love this one. Anyways, this project is my Maj Socks. This is a pattern by Sari Nordlund. I've been loving Sari's patterns lately. And this I am knitting up out of some Woolberry Fiber Co yarn. This particular base is discontinued. This was their simple sock base, which is a 75-25. Now they just have berry sock, which is an 80-20. Anyways, this colorway here is Tawk. I'll hold it back here because it always blows out when I bring it close to my camera. But this is Tawk, so it's a whole bunch of pretty rainbow speckles on a cream base. Really like it. And it's working perfectly for this sock because the pattern itself is somewhat busy. Not crazy busy, but the cream definitely makes it easier to see what's going on. So, oh wow, I really didn't do much since the last episode. I thought I did more. I'm gonna put this on a blocker though, just so it's a little easier to see. So yeah, I really have done nothing on these. Like there's the tiniest little bit past this progress keeper, but I thought I untangled the yarn. These are the Maj Socks. So this pair of socks I cast on 60 stitches for on 2.25 millimeter needles. Yeah, so there's this beautiful kind of Celtic pattern up at the top here and then bobbles throughout the rest of the leg and the foot of the sock. This is just a slip stitch heel flap and gusset. And yeah, they're really pretty. This bobble portion here on the foot and the leg is quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Intuitive. Very easy to remember. So really you only have to pay attention for this small portion here, and then otherwise the sock is pretty mindless knitting. So very fun knit. And you can see how all of those beautiful rainbow speckles show up throughout the sock. It's a really fun pattern. Definitely not super high on my radar right now because I've been working on the designs and I have some Christmas knitting I should be working on, but I haven't. So I definitely have some other stuff on my mind right now that I've been needing to work on, but I do want to keep working on these and get them finished. This little progress keeper is also from Sucre Miniatures. It's a peach. Very realistic looking peach, I have to say. I know I can't get too close to my camera because it just doesn't focus, but it's shaded and everything. It's really, really realistic looking. Anyways, yeah, that is the Maj Socks. That is the final thing that I worked on this past couple weeks. I have to say my knitting mojo has been low. I really haven't felt like working on much, which I guess shows in this episode because it's pretty short. So I think maybe next knitting episode, if it still hasn't came back, I will go through all of the projects that I have downstairs and up here sitting around that maybe I haven't touched for a while or something like that, and do a whip parade episode. If that is something that you're interested in, definitely let me know down below. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, and maybe that will get me like reinvigorated with some projects, wanting to pick them up again, and also taking and frogging some that I really don't feel like doing anymore. I've hit the point with my knitting where, like, if I don't want to work on it, why have it sitting around and why force myself to work on it? I'm better off just ripping it out and using the yarn for something else. So I definitely know I have a couple projects that I'm going to do that with already, but I think that is what I will do for my next knitting episode. So definitely keep your eyes out for that. Anyways, we are at the end of the episode, so I will say a quick, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It means a lot. Also like and hit the little bell down below. That'll give you notifications next time I upload a video. I do upload every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and hitting the like button just helps get my video out there to other people on YouTube. So that means a lot to me as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I still can't believe that so many people watch me every week. It's insane. But thank you, and I hope you're well and safe. And I will see you again next week for a cross stitch episode.